So what are the accreditation bodies with regards to the installation?
Well, like with us, it's NAPIT.
Yes.
So it depends on, you have to speak with the companies and find out.
Who they're with.
Who
Like
they're
I know
with.
it's NAPIT, NICEIC, if they're GasSafe registered, if they're MCS registered, any others?
Trustmark.
Oh yeah, you've got to be Trustmark with a grant. Like we are Trustmark as well. I believe if you're not Trustmark, you can't do any grant.
Yeah. So you've always So you got your insurers in place, your own insurance in place. There's a lot of your gas engineers all certified, your electricians all certified. So just making sure your installers, the whole team. So so you should have enough confidence then to go with those.
Yeah, and look at the reviews. So like even though they're offering you grants for free, and you think, oh my God, it's going to be for free, I can't look at anyone else, it's likely another company offering you grants will be able to do that for you for free anyway. So like do your research, sit down with a company, look at the reviews, speak to them about the aftercare and the design, and make sure it's right for you.
Absolutely. That's definitely the way forward for it. That's the best advice you can give, Ashley.
Yeah, and it's very important,
It is important because it's your home.
Yeah, and, the nightmare stories out there, if we all work together and we all got the right information,
absolutely.
Then those stories
Put the lid on it.
They'll stop, because everyone will be informed, nor misinformed. Great stuff. We got a couple of frequently asked questions from our viewers. So the first one is from Paul, and he asks, how can consumers select the right installer? I know we've just gone over that, but if you can just briefly tell us what...
just ask them, who they are, where they're from, how experienced they are, who they're accredited with, what materials they'd use, what installers, and ask those sort of questions.
Great. So what we're finding in Wales, sorry to keep on going back to Wales, but we're finding that there's a lot of companies that are not Welsh companies, and they are like from Liverpool or from Leeds or from X, Y, and Z across the UK, Scotland in some cases, that are using installation teams and sending them down to Wales to do all the work. And then obviously once it's done, they get the money and then they never get heard of again. So with that being the case, is it better to look for companies
look at locally,
regional to where you are?
Always regional. I mean, we work predominantly in the West Midlands area, and we don't really want to go out of that area.
Yeah.
And there's enough work around us, and then we're available for the aftercare.
Yeah.
And that's, it's important that you go to somebody that's in the Wales area, because they could support you better.
Yeah, it's the same. Anyone in the West Midlands area, look for local companies. Anyone from up in the north, look for companies local to you that carry out this work. Any people in Scotland, look for Scottish installers in your area. And, you need to do that so that, God forbid, something bad happens within your installation, that, it's easy accessible for them to come back.
Absolutely. And Hale Heating, as it's all about customer service. That's the most important thing, and that you've got that understanding, because not every company has that understanding and the importance of it.
A lot of these people are doing it like for profit only. There's no customer care. They don't really care what your bills are at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They're just looking at the front end installation and what they're going to get from it. Like the conversations I've had within this industry, when I've been, it's probably like the best kept secret in construction, if I'm honest, talking about these grants, because I spoke to multiple people within the sector about how to get funded and how to do things correct. And some of the conversations I've had, not from you, because all the conversations I've had from you has been about the consumer and doing best for your customers. But some other companies I've spoke to that offer grants, how they tell me to do it is, you've got to install X, Y, and Z to get the most profit out of the job. Well, personally, I think that's the wrong way to be looking at it. We should be looking at
what's best for the customer
and how to help the customer the best way. Yeah, so maximize their efficiency. And that's why you were on here and I'm talking to you about the grant stuff for the consumers, is because your company values are the same as mine, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's key at the end of the day. It's about how we can best service and help that consumer.
Yeah.
And what's best for them, because that's going to have a lifetime impact on them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just your money will come today and go tomorrow.
Yeah. It's about doing things correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant. The next question is from Sue. And what effect will it have on consumers' homes? So, what's the benefits? What's the negatives? What's the overall effect that these grants will have on people? I
think the very first impact is, like we mentioned, is like having a warmer home.
Yeah.
When your home is warmer, you just feel better.
Yeah, you're more comfortable.
You feel healthier. You're comfortable.
Yeah.
And you are becoming healthier. I've had customers who's actually said, you know what, I've become healthier.
That got to be such a great moment when you hear that,
And that's incredible that it can have such an impact. And then if that's the case, it helps mental health, your depression.
Yeah.
People are depressed out there, that people are unaware.
Yeah.
Why and how, it's little things that make a big difference.
Instead of bill watching, you're warmer, you're more comfortable, and
reducing your bills.
You're reducing your energy bills. Wow.
Absolutely.
That got
it's a win-win, there's if you can get the right insulation done to your property, it can be life-changing.
Wow, that's
Definitely.
amazing. Robert has asked how to prepare for a survey. So what should they be doing? I know we've touched on it briefly.
Yeah. Well, what I tend to do is I'll send once I've booked a survey, I'll send an email out and let them know that, please have your utility bill at hand, your council tax bill at hand, some IDs that are going to be required, and also it will take about an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay.
Take all the right photographic evidence to take measurements, so they're aware that they'll be in the house. They'll be going through the whole house.
Yeah.
Taking photographs. Make sure you know the person that's come.
Yeah.
To you from the company.
Do you have to be the homeowner, or can you be a tenant?
Yeah, at that point, you can be the tenant.
So it's the bill payer of the bills.
Bill payer of the property.
Yeah.
So they need to sign all the documentation. So also make them aware that there'll be some documents that they need to, sign. And then we're going to go away, do the assessment. Then we get the design done to the property. Once the design's been signed off and the customer's happy for the progression, we get the installation date fixed in.
Yeah.
Once the date's fixed in, it's all installed, and then it goes to the coordinator, and then sometime a few weeks after that you get maybe a handover packs.
Oh, amazing. So if you rent a property, you can still get this grant.
Yeah. So you got to get your landlord
permission.
So they sign documents to say that they agree.
And what landlord wouldn't give you permission to
get the house insulated for free?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So like, if you rent, and you think, I can't get any grant or anything because I'm not the homeowner, then all you've got to do, if you qualify, is ask permission. And like 9 out of 10 landlords are definitely going to say yes, I'd say.
Yeah. There's no skin off the nose. It's getting hold of them and getting the paperwork through, getting their permission sorted. But yeah, it does happen. It's fine.
So it's going to increase the value of that home then?
Absolutely, it's going to increase the value. It's less complaints from their tenant.
Yeah, so a win-win.
For it.
Yeah.